Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Anisa Utami and my student number is 202200027 and I'm from H1 2020. At this time, I want to inform all of you about interpreter ethics. Before we talk about the point of interpreting ethics, I'd like to give you the definition about interpreting ethics. Interpreting ethics is an attitude of the interpreter to make the client feel comfortable and the interpretation session is going well. There are 8 ethical principles for interpreters. Number 1 is accuracy and fidelity. Interpreter must render all of the message with accurately and faithfully as possible as they can without addition, distortion, omission, or omission of the meaning. All of the components delivered by the speaker is important in interpreting.
To prepare for the test, make sure that you don't use perfume. Also, don't eat or drink anything 8 hours before the test.
Подготавливаясь к тесту, вы не должны пользоваться духами.
To prepare for the test, make sure that you don't use perfume. Also, don't eat or drink anything 8 hours before the test.
Подготавливаясь к тесту, вы не должны пользоваться духами. Также не ешьте и не пейте ничего в течение 8 часов до теста. Однако, если вы проголодаетесь, вы можете съесть несколько крекеров.
To prepare for the test, make sure that you don't use perfume. Also, don't eat or drink anything 8 hours before the test.
Подготавливаясь к операции, вы не должны пользоваться дезодорантом. Также не ешьте и не пейте ничего в течение 3 часов до теста.
To prepare for the test, make sure that you don't use perfume. Also, don't eat or drink anything 8 hours before the test.
Подготавливаясь к тесту, вы не должны пользоваться духами. Также не ешьте и не пейте ничего в течение 8 часов до теста.
Number 2 is confidentially. Interpreter must keep a secret or quiet about the information from interpreting, but there are some exceptions. If the information talking about people's life or child safety, the interpreter can break the rule and report to a service provider immediately.
Can you tell me what the doctor said? How long will my sister be in the hospital?
Well, I am not supposed to disclose any information, but since you are her sister, I can tell you what the doctor said.
Can you tell me what the doctor said? How long will my sister be in the hospital?
I'm sorry, but according to the confidentiality canon of the Code of Ethics for Healthcare Interpreters, I am not at liberty to discuss anything. However, I will be glad to interpret your questions regarding your sister to the doctor or nurse. Would you like me to do that?
Yes, thank you.
Number 3 is impartiality. Interpreter must neutral while doing the interpreting with showing no preference or bias to any party involved in the interpreting encounter.
I'm afraid your condition has so many complications that I have to suggest an abortion. Otherwise, we're risking either your life or the baby's.
Что? Врач предлагает вам сделать аборт. Вы ведь знаете, что наша религия этого не позволяет. Я бы никогда не сделала. Я, конечно, не знаю, насколько вы религиозны, так что...
I'm afraid your condition has so many complications that I have to suggest an abortion. Otherwise, we're risking either your life or the baby's.
Боюсь, в вашей ситуации столько осложнений, что я вынужден предложить вам аборт. В противном случае мы рискуем либо вашей жизнью, либо жизнью ребенка.
Number 4 is respect for persons. Interpreting must show their respect to all the parties who involved in the interpreting encounters. For the respect is such as promotes direct communication through eye contact, promotes autonomy and personal choice.
У меня опухло ухо, и оно очень болит.
She says her earlobe hurts. It's probably because of all those piercings she has. It's her own fault.
У меня опухло ухо, и оно очень болит.
My earlobe is swollen, and it hurts so bad.
And number 5 is maintenance of role boundaries. Interpreters strive to perform within professional boundaries, refrain from personal involvement or investment emotion. The interpreter can do anything outside of his or her role. The role of interpreter is to make a bridge of communication among all parties. This is to avoid the risk to interpreter.
You know, I was a doctor back in the old country, so if you can't afford the medicine your doctor prescribes, I can always give you some home remedies you can use. If you have any questions about where to find less expensive medication, I would be glad to interpret them for the doctor.
6. Accountability. The interpreter are responsible for the quality of the interpretation provided and accountable to all parties and organizations engaging in the service. The interpreter can decline assignments that require knowledge or skill beyond his or her competence. Like if the interpreter usually interprets for gala premiere for movies, but there is a job for a private business meeting, they can decline the business meeting because they might don't have basic knowledge about business to be the interpreter in the business meeting. And then number 7 is professionalism. The interpreter must constantly project professional image all the time and ethical manner. These include in verbal and non-verbal action, such as dress in appropriate attire, on time, and speak politely during interpreting a counter.
Доктор, у меня болит живот.
She said her stomach hurts.
Доктор, у меня болит живот.
Doctor, my stomach hurts.
And then last number 8 is continued competence. Interpreters commit themselves to lifelong learning in recognition that language, individual and service involve and change over time. A competent interpreter strives to maintain the delivery of quality interpretation. They can investing in joint course both English and other language to broaden their understanding of the topic that may benefit to interpreting career. And there are about interpreter article. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.